So the first thing I did was use the Cover FX Click Correct. I used the orange one to cover all the dark spots on my face. Then I go over with the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation Stick in Golden Honey 5.75. Now I'm just gonna blend everything together. Depending on how I have the coverage, I may go over with just a light liquid foundation to kind of like smooth it out and give more of a dewy effect. If not, usually I'm more than okay with just this. Also doing this in front of a window, so if the lighting switches up on me, don't mind. So I feel like I want a little bit more, just for a little bit of radiance. I'm going to use the CC cream from IT Cosmetics. This is in color Rich. This is actually the matte one, oil-free, and I got it because it's oil-free, but now in the SPF, there's SPF 40, and I'm wondering if I should get the original one because I do feel like this one is a little matte. That's why I only use a tiny bit because otherwise it's just too matte for my skin. So literally, that's all I'm using. Put some around my mouth, on my blemishes. My skin is going wild right now. My skin is both dehydrated and breakout prone, but also normal and balanced, so if that makes sense. So I have to be really concerned with, I want to hydrate my skin because it needs it, but I have to be very mindful of ingredients that they don't break me out, and I think that's why I gravitated towards the matte one because I knew it was oil-free, because sometimes, not that all oils are bad of course, but a lot of times it's the wrong oil that's usually in those ingredients and it doesn't work for me. Next I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay concealer. This one's medium dark and warm. This one is pretty matte and gives a lot of coverage. Definitely work quick because it definitely dries down quick. I don't need a ton today, so it's gonna be a light hand. I'm just gonna use a light concealer brush to blend it all together so I have more coverage. I don't always go in with a beauty blender. Sometimes I'll just do everything and then go in with a beauty blender after. Depends on how much coverage I want. And I always bring a little bit just on my lids, especially if I'm not wearing any eyeshadow that day, just so that there's a bit more of a uniform look. I also like my concealer to be completely blended. I do not like any harsh lines at all on my face, to be honest. No concealer, harsh lines, no contour, harsh lines, nothing. And I do like to feather it out because I do get quite a bit of redness just on around my nose and stuff. Looks good, right? I think so too. This is a quick everyday makeup, so it's not always gonna have a lot of rhyme and reason to it. It's just kind of like what makes sense for whatever I'm doing at that moment. So I'm just gonna brush my brows. I brush it to clean them up and mostly to get any product out of it and clean it out. I'm going to set my concealer in my whole face, and I'm actually going to use the Nude by Nature Flawless Pressed Powder Foundation W9 in Sandalwood. This has definitely been probably the most surprising product that I got of last year. It's so good. I love it. And I've noticed that I really enjoy setting my makeup with foundation powder lately instead of translucent. I just feel like it gives me a nice coverage without being cakey, and I don't use too much because I don't need too much. I usually take a smaller brush. Yes, this is my previous concealer brush. Dab on a little bit and go right under just for the creasing and stuff. And then I always do my laugh lines because it's very quick to crease, unfortunately. A little bit on my lids because again, need to set that, don't want that to be all creasy and stuff. If you are someone that likes powder foundation, I would highly recommend this. In the UK, I can't remember where you get it in the UK, but I know in Toronto you can get it at Shoppers. But I love it, like I really, really like it. Okay, we're gonna go back to brows now. I already brushed them through. So this is the brow definer in Granite. I like my brows to be dark. I always have, I always will. And I just do light brush strokes. I don't really like carve my brows or anything like that. I just like a natural full brow. Never takes me too long. I don't have a mirror in front of me. I'm only using the camera, so forgive me if it's a little jacked up. Yeah, just slightly filled, and then I brush it through. And then I go in with my favorite brow gel. This is the Essence Make Me Brow Gel Mascara. This is, I think there's only 3 colors. This is the 3rd one, it's the darkest one. But I went to Shoppers the other day and they were clearing out the entire thing and they didn't have any left. So does anyone know if Essence is not being carried at Shoppers anymore? That would be quite disappointing. This is by far one of the best, products at the drugstore. I love this brow gel so much. Reminds me a lot of the Benefit Gimme Brow, but literally a fraction of the price. And I actually really enjoy brow gel. I feel like it adds a little bit more color, keeps my eyebrows together. I just really like it. Next, I'm going to just put a tiny little color in my crease to liven it up. Not doing like any real eyeshadow look, just a little something small. This is the Huda Beauty Warm Brown Obsessions. These are the little quads that she came out with. I have a couple of them. I love them all. Honestly, these things are amazing. And I just like to go in with this color, and then I just do like the warm color up top. I've also done the pink color. I just usually go in with one of the mattes, which this palette is all mattes with the exception of the gold in the middle. And I just kind of put it in my crease, buff it together, and that's it. I'm just gonna go in with this color. And I just make it messy. It's fine. They're all like skin tone. I just do it so it looks like I've got something on my lid without doing too much and without needing to do too much, because again, this is just, if I'm going out for the day, this is what I want to do. So now I'm gonna go in with the warm color. It's like warm brown. They don't have names, otherwise I would name them for you guys. And a lot of times I won't even like do anything on my lid. I'll just kind of leave it bare. It depends how I feel. Or I will just like take this pink color and just dust it right on top. If I want to create some depth, I'll get one of the darker colors, even one of the purples, the brown, whatever, and just do it in the crease. So I'm gonna do this warm brown just for the effect. It really depends on what I'm doing. And I just lightly buff it in right at the edge of my crease. That's all I do. Just a tiny bit, and I buff. And all it does is just add a little bit of effect at the end. It just adds a little bit more. If I want to be deeper, I can add the dark brown or dark purple, I'm not really sure what this is, and add that in there as well. And again, this is really just to add a little bit of depth, make it look like you tried. It's really not to have like this like crazy eyeshadow look. It's just really to, this is my kind of like, I want to look like I tried, be presentable makeup. That's it. Okay, so I just did my liner, eyeliner, and liquid liner, pencil liner, and mascara off camera because I need to be a bit closer. I always tightline when I'm wearing, honestly I tightline always if I'm wearing liner. Even if I'm wearing liner and lashes, I still tightline. I like the Urban Decay 24/7 in Perversion. Really good drugstore one is the Milani, the black one. I love that one. That it's either this one or that one that I use. Mascara, I'm loving the It Cosmetics Superhero in Super Black. I love this mascara. It is so good. It can be a little goopy, but I like that. If you don't, you're probably not gonna like it. I've got long, thick lashes. So although some people say drugstore mascara and department store and luxury are all the same, I don't think so. I feel like I definitely notice a difference. And I just feel like this mascara is very black, which I love. And it coats my lashes, it gives a lot of volume, and it just like makes it very dramatic, and I like that. And then last but not least, my liquid liner is Schwing by The Balm. If you follow me consistently, then you'll know that this is my favorite liquid eyeliner. I love it. Another one that I do like is the Feline Cat Eye from Charlotte Tilbury. So it's one of the two that I'm using. So since this look is almost done, we're gonna go in with a little contour and blush. Because this is my everyday, I try and keep the amount of makeup I use, or the different pieces I use, very minimal. This one is the Micro Smooth Baked Sculpting Trio in number 3 Sultry from Sephora. I think it's on sale, so I don't know if they're discontinuing it, but I bought backups because I love this thing. Only thing with the blush, I don't think it lasts all day compared to like my NARS or whatever, but I love it. I don't really use the highlighter much, but the contour and blush are amazing, and it's great for travel. I just love it. So I'm just gonna go in with the contour, and sometimes when I'm super lazy, I will just use the contour powder in my crease, and that'll be my eyeshadow. And buff that out just right here. I don't really contour the sides of my forehead. And I know I've been talking about brushes, but all the brushes I've used are either from Sephora or Morphe. This one, for example, is the Morphe M178. I believe it is a contour brush. I like it as a contour brush. Now, if this was more of a full glam, I would probably contour my nose. I would use a cream contour, blend that out, and then go in with a powder contour, but since this is more of what I would do on my everyday, then no. And if I go down too far, like I did on that side, I'll just use my powder brush. Oh, this one's Wet n Wild. It was part of a gift set, and I'll just kind of like buff it out before I put on my blush, just to make sure there's no harsh lines. Then I'll go in with my blush from the same quad. I love blush. I also like a heavy blush, so you do what you like, but I love blush. I think it's, after foundation, it's my favorite part of makeup. I don't know why, but I've always been like that. If you know me, you know that yes, I love blush. If I'm super lazy, sometimes I'll mix the blush and bronzer together, and that'll be my cheek, but a lot of times I'll just do it separately. Just a tip, if you plan on taking pictures and stuff like that, especially if you're doing it with professional cameras, always make sure that your makeup is a little bit heavier, because most of it gets washed out anyways. So yeah, just an FYI. Almost done. We're gonna go in with our highlight today. I am using the Maybelline Master Chrome in Molten Gold 100. Easily the best highlighter at the drugstore for colored girls, pretty much. I don't think anything compares. I don't even think I've owned a drugstore highlighter before this, and it's one that I actually enjoy. I have more than one. I've gifted it. I really enjoy it. I like a good little crescent moon sometimes, just because I don't want it to be like all here and then it stops. I don't really like that. A little bit on the ball of my nose because I think it's cute. A little bit on my Cupid's bow because I think it's cute. Just a quick mirror check to make sure I don't look crazy. I went a little high with this one, but it's okay. Sometimes I will take my blush brush and just make sure that I didn't lose anything. And then lips, my favorite part. Today we're gonna do a nude lip. My everyday makeup is normally nude or red. That's just what I like. I also find nudes just really easy to reapply during the day if I want to. LA Girl Endless Semi-Permanent Lip Liner in True Brown. Not gonna be, gonna be honest, I think that this is discontinued. If you can find it, buy it. I bought a couple. I really, really like it. It's such a good brown. Normally I like lip liners that you can sharpen, but I just really like this one for some reason. I also fill in my lips, especially at the top, because my lips are a bit more, really pigmented. And I just like the color to read as true as possible. I also think when you fill in your lips with a liner, the lipstick adheres to it better, and I don't have the same issues with it not lasting as long. So I try that if you're having issues with your even long wear lipsticks not lasting long. And I do the corners right here. This one doesn't have to be perfect. I leave the center of my lip the way it is, where it's brighter. We're gonna use MAC Cherish. I love this nude. I think MAC makes the best nude lipsticks. Don't need a whole lot because I have the liner, and I'm letting the liner do its job. do more than its job actually. And I love a glossy nude lip, so we're gonna do MAC Lip Gloss in Oyster Girl. One of my favorites. I only do the center. One, because this is very thick, and if you go too far, it gets super goopy in the corners of your mouth. And two, because you only need to do the center. I'm gonna final with some Urban Decay All Nighter. Normally I would be using Fix Plus, but I just bought this and I wanna keep trying it out. I would only use this in my everyday makeup if I was shooting like I am today, or if I was going to be out for a really long day. But if I was just going out for a couple hours, I probably wouldn't set my makeup unless it was really powdery. You only need 4 spritz, and it spritz very nicely. I feel like it covers my face. Let it dry, and that's the final look. So this is it. I'm gonna get really close for you guys. You can see, sorry, sometimes my eyelashes like get on each other, it's strange. Lips, ignore my breakouts. Contour looks a little crazy up here. So I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys liked this really casual incognito makeup review. This is literally what I would do on a regular day if I was going out, meeting, shooting, whatever. So I hope you guys liked it and you felt inspired. If you have any questions, you want to see more of this, of course, comment down below. Let me know. Until next time, bye.